how are you? Yes, as you can see before you, I'm cooking again. I do like to cook. And what you're looking at is prepping a meatloaf. Now, of course, I've already applied several ingredients. And I'm going to show you what I actually use in my meatloaf. Now, I learned this from my mom. Now, she has the best, the best meatloaf. She put a spin on meatloaf. It's like no other. And I'm quite sure some other people out there that's got this special touch on their meatloaf. But I gotta give my mom a shout out. But what I actually put in my meatloaf, of course, this is ground beef for those who eat red meat. Most of the time, meatloaf is made with ground beef. Of course, you need the egg. Now, I put whole wheat seasoned breadcrumbs. Now, breadcrumbs come in all kinds of flavors. Some of them, most people just use regular breadcrumbs. Some people use crackers. But it helps to make the formation of the meatloaf become solid so that you may want to cut it in layers. And some people just make a meatloaf sandwich. Now I added, of course, the normal seasoning, onion powder, seasoned salt, garlic powder, and then, of course, this salsa is another special touch. Now this is also inside and on top. Now salsa just prevents you from really cutting up a lot of veggies. You see what it has in it already on the picture: diced tomatoes, jalapeno peppers, onions, and garlic. It's very simple. It prevents you from doing a lot. Now, of course, I've put this on top of it. I also use brown sugar in my meatloaf. Okay, yes, brown sugar is very good. Now, as you can see, I'm about to complete this. You know how they put that little inset. For some reason, this obviously makes the meatloaf look pretty. I don't know. But this salsa is going to get down to business and make it real moist. And I'm just smoothing it out, because as you can see, the green peppers and onions are already on top. And you want your meatloaf to be very moist and tasteful. I'm going to put some more red peppers on top, of course. And you already know the normal ketchup has been out forever. Ketchup has been the magic in meatloaf also. Yes. So I have that on there, and I'm just going to top it off with some honey. Honey definitely hints the flavor of meatloaf. It also puts a little glaze, like a layer on top. So I'm just going to put the honey on top of it. Some people don't like all this sweet stuff I'm putting on there. But believe me, this meatloaf is going to be like that. And like I said, those are the items that I have used in my meatloaf. Now I'm going to top it off, of course, with onions. Can't forget the onions. You just lay them on top. Even though onions is inside, you can't beat the onion flavor. Just sprinkle it out and let it look like an onion meatloaf. Put the green peppers around it. Of course, I just got a couple of them I'm just going to add just for the flavor. A lot of times you don't have to chop up anything. They're going to bake either way. Baked green peppers are very good too. Some people stuff them. But like I said, I'm just adding in the meatloaf and around the meatloaf. And of course, I'm just going to put foil on top and let it brown and cook for probably like an hour. Once it gets done inside, I will take the foil off and just let it brown. And of course, I'll slice it down, most likely, and just eat it with these mashed potatoes when they get done. And my mashed potatoes, I just got a small batch. Once they finish boiling, I'm just going to add my garlic pepper, salt-free. And of course, I'm going to add my canned milk. And that's all you really need. And some people do coconut oil, some people do butter. Either way, I'm just going to whip those mashed potatoes up because you already know mashed potatoes and meatloaf and gravy, they just sound just right. And of course, these peas right here. Peas is simple. I just add a little bit of honey to my peas. Yes, don't need much. Honey flavors it just like that. So it's like honey peas. Some people put black pepper, of course, but it's all good. But like I said, this is my dinner, lunch, brunch. It can go either way. I thank you for tuning in. Like I said, this is a basic meatloaf that I've just made, and I can't wait to try it. Of course, it's going to be good. All right, you can make your comments at the bottom. Let me know how you make your meatloaf. Thank you for tuning in as usual. See you soon.